Oh, it's a special move for some of the Pokemon, mate. And I'm back. Not got a hat on this time, so yeah, you're getting blinded. Sorry. But yeah, I fixed the model that I broke just before I left. So he's nice and fixed, and he's got no little things to paint on him that are red, which is always good. Always good. Very few little things to do first. Just a couple. Because, as I said, I'm coming back this time. So anyone who wished to watch me earlier can feel free to come back and do it. But which one was that in? That one was in that one. Well, 4 of these to do first. Oh, some people thinking 4. I can only think of 3. Well, there's others. But I shall go through the basic ones first. The usual ones. That one gets posted in there, so I've already said I'll be back on soon for that one. So I've got one last one to do. Which was that one, right? Pardon me. Right, so now that that's done, I can keep an eye on the live chat this time. God, that is really bad, isn't it? That is really, really bad. But yeah, I can still keep an eye on the chat in case any idiots like that other one pop up later. So we've done red. I hope. We're on 4 now. Second coating of blues. Actually, if you notice, there is a lot of blue on my desk. So, second coating of blue. Now, this one is one I prepared earlier to have my wet palette that I kept in the fridge overnight. Howdy do, Steve. This isn't my pile of shame. This is only half my army. And you can't even see, you can only see what? This bit of it. You can't see what's like over here on my right and way over here on my left. There's quite a bit actually. Let's see if I can sort this camera out so you can get a bit of a view of it. Yeah, that's currently my desk as we look at it at the moment. So if you want, I'll change camera angles over. There we go. Yeah, that's my desk at the minute. And we're going to have to change which one's big and which one's small. How do I swap these around? So yeah, that's my desk at the minute. Now that's filled with intercessors. Oh crap, what am I doing? My bikes, my dreadnoughts, my assault intercessors, my blade guard, my... what are they called? Aggressors. And the... oh, what are they called? Ones with the big melters, the new primaries guys with the big melters. Them. They're on there as well. I've got still in the box down here next to me. I still have Hellblasters and Intercessors left to do, as well as my standard bikes. And then in a cupboard over there, I've got on my firstborn. So yeah, I've got a fair bit to do today. So let's switch these back so you're not actually staring at my crotch, because nobody particularly wishes to do that, do they? Nobody wants to stare at my crotch. It is a bad thing to have to stare at. So have I got that camera right? Yeah. Yeah, same here, but I end up getting backtracked. No, the stone dragons. My own salamander successors. So yeah, it's a bit of a pain. They don't always like going the way I want them to, especially at this moment in time. But because it is a bit fuzzy, is that one better? Why can't I move? Aha, I can do that. Right, okay. Let's see if I can get that at a slightly better angle without hitting the power button. So yeah, now it's blue. Redoing all the blue shoulder pads that need going over again. I know I should use clean water, but again, from the last video, I refer you to the name of the channel. It's not called Incredibly Precise Miniature Painter. It's called Lazy Mini Painting. The reason it's called Lazy Mini Painting is because I'm a lazy git, especially when it comes to painting. A, because I'm not the best in the world, and B, my hands aren't that steady due to certain conditions. But I still classify myself as good enough to at least get tabletop standard. So 3 colors at least, in which case this case is black, blue, and red. If you don't count black as a color for painting your miniatures, then I've got a bit of silver on there as well. So such I have got more than 3 colors, but 3 color minimum to stand out on the tabletop is where I want to get them all to. Especially since my friend has just finished building his Necrons. It's only took him 2 years. I do apologize also. Yes, they are the touchy-feely Space Marines. They're the ones that are human. They like humans. They look after their human population. So yeah, touchy-feely. Bunch of Mary Sues. But they've got bolt guns, so it'll do. Plus, seeing as there's only one D in it, where you put it in the name is entirely up to you. For the stoned dragons or the stone dragons. Depending how much you know me, depends if you know where to put the D. Yep, too much paint on that. Just get in there to make sure I can. See, even having it like, I could bring it really close. It's stupid close just so I can get it on that camera. And for some reason, if I use my other phone with the other camera, it just eats the battery. Even when it's plugged in. It's odd. I don't know. I don't get it. But it does. I should really switch the light and camera over because the camera's getting in the way of my hands. But at least in this case, let's change that background so you can at least see a little bit of me when I put my face down and say hello, hello, hello. See, there I am. Always got to see my handsome face. Slight bit of vanity there. Also, criticisms from behind. Yeah, you see that light is shining right off my bonds, isn't it? That's marginally better. Marginally. It won't go any lower than that, though, to get the models. Oh, it will. It will. It'll go right in front of me like I want it to. All right. Smart ass, just to prove me wrong. See, where's a light engineer when you need one? Sit here, sort my lighting out for me, and then go, yeah, just sit down, it's fine. But no, leave it to jittery old me to sort out myself. So I've not seen you for a bit, Steve. How are you doing? Chopper done yet? I hope so, because that was looking good. Not to say the mini weren't looking good, but seeing as I don't drive, I was more interested in the chopper. I can ride a bike. Brushes, in this case, they are Red Sable Kolinsky by Creative Models. I've got some Games Workshop brushes that I just use for getting paint out of pots. But if I'm actually going to do any painting, I'll use these. Although I am using the size 2 when I thought was getting the size 1. Ooh. Rock Ninja. I've not seen Rock Ninja. Whenever I look, Windsor and Newton. Look, that emphasis on the K there was not taking the mick out of you, mate. Whenever I look, Windsor and Newton seem to pop up as the better ones. But as a general rule, as long as you get in some kind of sable hairbrush of a relatively decent standard, you're all right. I mean, because I'm not that great of a painter, I don't warrant spending 12 quid on a brush. But 15 quid on a pack of them, I am good enough for. Or at least I think I am. There's probably 1,000,006 people on the internet who'll sit there and go, no, you're not. But what do they know? They don't know nothing. Do you need any touch-ups? Yeah, you do. You need to touch up on that right shoulder pad again, of course. Because that's the one that I've had to repaint for all of them to get the bloody transfers to work. As I found out, my homemade ones do not like going over black, but they will if I can get this. They will quite happily go over blue. So as a homemade transfer, that's not too bad. I know it's not on straight, but this is just a crappy test piece. It's not something I actually use. It's just something to test techniques on and things. So try it on that first and then work it back from somewhere else. So yeah, I'm back in. Oh, you're working on the Austin now? Nice. Nice. Good progress on that then. Good progress. At least now I know where to take a car if I need it chopped. Again, not that I'm ever going to get a car because I don't drive. But if anyone ever asks me, I can at least send them in your direction. I want all of them. I want all of them. See, camera too close to my. I've not watched a lot of Midwinter stuff recently. I'm way behind on all my video watching, in fact. There's quite a few that I need to go through. So I have to go back through Midwinters because apparently he's got a range of models now as well, which I'm interested in seeing. So I wonder what he's like. Now, Miniature Hobbyist has changed a lot from 40k over to D&D, which still interests me, don't get me wrong. But I've got to catch up on all his stuff. A lot of his more recent ones have been pretty much just advertisements for other stuff that you can use to help fund his channel. So I'm looking forward to see if we get any actual D&D content out of him. That'll be nice. So yeah, not been up on my videos recently. Oh no, the horror series, anything in yellow is awful. I can't stand that color. I can't paint that color. It is just ridiculous how anyone decides to choose to. I'm going to paint this one. No, white scars, crimson, imperial fists, anything like that. No, they can bugger off. I ain't painting white or yellow. It's just too much of a ball ache. Is the things he's had on? He's had what? Yesterday he had a 3D printed dice box. Which he seems to have gone over to a lot of on the 3D printing side. He's doesn't seem to use his sprue glue as much anymore, which is a shame. It's what carved him out a very, very nice little niche within the YouTube marketplace. But a lot of people took it on board as well and started using it, and I don't know if he just lost interest, lost heart in it, because it wasn't something he was into. But he would have transferred over to Dungeons and Dragons, I should think. But trying a new 3D printer, can't say I'm not a little bit jealous. I would love to have a 3D printer myself. Wow, did Valrat lose his job? Holy crap, how did that happen? Not that make much of a difference, because in fairness, if he starts pumping out more videos, he'll probably start getting more subscribers. Right, what's catching? Has that turned up by mistake? Yeah, maybe it did. Right, let's turn that phone down just to make sure I'm not picking that up. No way, I did not know Valrak had lost his job. Is that his job as what he's actually doing, or is that his job as a shill for GW? Just a joke there, Valrak, if you get hit wind of it. I'm only taking the mic. Although I'll quite happily kick his Imperial Fist backside if he ever wants a game. He's not that far away from me. You've got to go pick it up. That's a trek and a half just to go get a stomper. It'll cost you more. It'll cost you more in train fare than it will in actual postage. One moment. Mummy's controlling the television, mate. Selling his Knights collection. Well, he did have a Custodes collection. I know that much. He sold them to pay for, I think it was to pay for that big sodding great tank that he's got. Which again, why he's chose yellow? In fairness, he's done a good job with the yellow, but why he's gone for yellow, I don't know. It's got to be the most pain in the backside colour to paint. Now, if you can hear whispering behind me, it's because my child is now home from school. Well, nursery. But he likes YouTube, so he's being quiet while Daddy's on it. It's very good boy of him. And keep catching this with my brush. Did they? Ah, so that's where they ended up. It weren't a bad little force he had, actually. Don't get me wrong, he's nothing compared to his last wall thing that he's doing. But that was a nice little custody force that he had there. Right, wait a minute. Who's been done? Who hasn't? I'm losing track again. And this is how we ended up in this position in the first place. Right, let's get you lot done over here, then I can put you all back. I've also actually decided to name one of my characters, which reminds me I've got to put the name on his base. And that is my Phobos librarian. I'm going to name it after the person who paid for the paints. I'm going to stick him in my army as a standard librarian and pay for the upgrade when I play him. Make him a chief librarian. Let's actually find him and just speak of the devil, and he returns. Now, where's the remote gone? Stop my television from falling off and break all my models. Like you do. Just dropping. As soon as you've got your name up on screen. See, now why aren't you sticking to that? Maybe because you've not been. Right, fine, you're not going to work, are you? I'll do it this way then, you sod. Only we complain about it, Steve. Only we complain about it. There you go, it's official. That is his name now. Chief Librarian Ezra. Well, if you're lurking and Steve's talking, I've got another lurker. I wonder who that other lurker is. Oh, that other lurker's probably me. Has it changed? Let's find out if it's changed. If it goes down to 2, then yeah, that other lurker was me because I forgot I was logged in on my phone to sort out any morons that come in and decide to start spamming stuff in different languages and being complete asses. Sorry to anyone who doesn't speak English and is offended by that, but I'm sorry, I don't speak any other language. So if you want to communicate with me, do it in English, please. Second coats are awful because you can not always tell where you've already been. Dearie me. He's changed, right? Yeah, so it was me. Oops, I forgot I was watching on multiple different things. So yeah, it was me. But Ezra's there now, so he's got a blue spanner. Or is a blue spanner, one of the two. I do not know if you have a blue spanner. Did he have some last night? Vadrak always gets trolls. It's most of his community. All they do is troll him. Shorak. Either that or there's that one idiot who doesn't seem to like white names on Discord servers. He can go suck a ballot as well. Hello, Busco. How are you doing? So yeah, after this, the earlier painting of going over all the purity seals and making sure everybody who needed a red gun had a red gun, it's a second coat of blue for all the shoulder pads. Yay! If nothing else, these videos that I put up should show a nice video diary of why not to get into Warhammer if you've not got the patience. Oh boy, do you need patience to do this. That way, bunghole, you've been done. Make room for the others. Eye is good. Eye is good. I've got the drive to paint today, so I'm making full use of it. Much to the annoyance of everybody else in the house, because it means that they can't watch the television because BBC will copyright strike me. Or I should say can't listen to the television because BBC will copyright strike me. Which means they've got to resort to other forms of entertainment. In this case, I believe it is tablet and Pokemon. I am painting. Oh, you can't see it all from there, can you? I am painting this lot. And they've all got 2 shoulder pads and they all need painting blue. And it's my Space Marine army. Because I've got to catch up because, as I was saying earlier to Steve, my transfers don't go over black, but they go over blue fine. Which means all the shoulder pads need to be blue now because that's where the transfers are going. And I figured this was easier than trying to fart around trying to get my printer to print white or silver. I'll just use the black outline instead. Then I can always use a tiny bit of a Q-tip and go back over them. New Warhammer stuff now on now. Ooh. Now, is this to do with the open where they're doing the limited release of that new Blade Champion? That, although he's not even out yet, the SCL file is available for people to go download for free and print out for themselves if they know the correct places to look. GW, you're a bunch of idiots. You're a bunch of morons, and you overcharge for your stuff. And I'll say this, what I've got might possibly be the last Games Workshop product I ever purchase. Or Games Workshop products I ever purchase. Which does put a bit of a dampener on making my own chapter, but I've got more than enough now to field a variety of forces. Whether that be... See, it's just a teaser. You can't even see my face because of the way that is, can you? Aren't you lucky? And I've got the names the wrong way around now. Damn you, Steve. Making me change my cameras around. Got the names the wrong way around. What was that? I heard clattering behind me. There's never a good noise. So second coat to even them all out. You need a good going over with the pen again, you do when you dry. Which I think I'll do as the next stage. Is re-silver the silver bits. And hopefully then I don't have to go over and re-blue any blue bits that I've done. Yeah. eBay's probably the best place for me to look now. Especially seeing as not many people seem to like the Phobos armored stuff. And that's what I'm after most of. Now, because my 10th company is looking a little bit sparse. What with only what, 20 scouts in it and 6 reavers. Suppose you could put Ezra in there technically if you wanted to, but I don't want to. Oh, I heard the word brew. I definitely heard that one.
Oh yeah.
Please. 2 of them coffee sachets in there, please.
Sugar?
It's already in it. That's why I got them coffee sachets. Milk, sugar, and coffee all in one. They're bloody brilliant. Right, let's move that out of the way so I can actually. That's a bit better. Right, I haven't got loads of things in my face now. Still got to get this lighting right and start and practice with it for painting and being on camera at the same time. Ah, that's bright though. It's very bright. So yeah, yay. Arms of yes, mate.
Daddy car.
Is that a car?
Yeah, you missed it.
Oh, it's okay. Well, Daddy's trying to see. Can you see Daddy pointing at the screen? Ooh, hello, hello. Well, this person, and there's somebody else listening, and they're watching Daddy paint. For some, what's it called?
Yeah.
That's YouTube. If you ask Mummy, Mummy should be able to find Daddy on YouTube, and she should be able to put it on that big screen over there for you, so you can watch, and Mummy can watch.
And find you.
And find me, yeah. Daddy is on YouTube. Look for Daddy's channel, no, not for the other things that Daddy's been on, because you're not allowed to watch some of the other things Daddy's been on. Especially not any of the Friday night throwdowns or the Thursday night chatters. I know, that's the problem with all this lot. It's just ridiculous. I was counting my lieutenants earlier, and I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. I've got 10 lieutenants, lieutenants, whatever you want to call them, from whatever part of the world you're from. It's a secondary captain. This is secondary commanders. But I've got 10 of them, which actually gives me enough to actually flesh out the HQ slots on 5 battle companies. Problem is I don't have enough fast attack or heavy support to flesh out 5 battle companies. Got the troops. Bloody loads of troops. It's pretty much all I've got covering my desk at the minute. 70 of the damn things. Yeah, I shall have to check out mid. This camera's going to really do my nutting by the end of this. 22 Dark Angel bikes. Damn it, I've got what? 6 of the Primaris Outriders and 3 classic bikes, an attack bike, and I have a proxy biker, which is this fella. Now, he's a scaled up Forge World biker with a Primaris on it, and just to make him stand out, I slapped a Storm Shield on his back, on the back of his bike. So he proxies as either a captain on bike or a chaplain on bike or some kind of HQ on bike. I think he's got to probably be proxied more as a chaplain, so I might have to do a bit of converting on him to give him a Cronius Arcanum and make sure he's got an Iron Halo, which I think I've got a spare one. Ooh, nice. Well, I was clocking, since they've done the points changes again, I was clocking up how much I've got in Space Marines.
I got some quavers.
You got some quavers. Do you want me to open them a little bit?
Yeah. show me now.
There you go, only a little bit. Where did I get up to? I was adding it all up last night, was it? I was making the changes because for some reason it's slung a lot of Centurion Devastators into. Yeah, it kind of is. A little bit of 3D proxy work on it as well, but yeah, he will look a lot different than a standard biker because it's the size of a primaries biker, but Stone Dragons 600 power level, which is about to change because I've got a feeling Ezra isn't on there, so I'm going to have to add him in. Hello, respond anytime this decade, please. Where is it? That's a standard librarian, primaries librarian. All the lieutenants. No, Ezra is not there, so that should be changed. Librarian in Phobos armor. That's another 100 points to it, and another 5 power level. Yay! So I'm back over 1200. No. Sorry, no, 12,000.
Look at him. I'm going to show you him now.
No, 15 points off 12,000 points worth of just one army. Ah, brew. Wonderful. Thank you.
Dad, look, he's sinking.
Well, he will do. He's a car in water. Cars in water don't float very well. Yeah, so 15. Oh, Jesus. Well, it's called Warhammer 40,000. So having 40,000 points worth of armies, you should be set. You've completed the game. Well done. You won.
Dad, look, he hasn't sinked.
Did he get back on the submarine, did he? Okay.
Yeah, he's got out of the submarine.
Well, you watch him then, because Daddy's got to try and concentrate. And as much as I love you, mate, I can't concentrate while you're talking to me, eating quavers, and trying to get me to watch the television at the same time. Daddy has trouble concentrating on one thing at a time, let alone 3 or 4. How do, JV? Nice to see you on, mate. If any of you want the link to come up so you can talk to me rather than type, just let me know. Yeah, he was telling me about your game of Floorhammer and how rather than trying to kill each other, it just ended up killing his back. That's why I have 2 pace tables to fit it on. 2 pace tables and about 4 of those fold out cardboard things just to give it a rigid flat surface to play on. And scenery wise, I've only got a little bit, but a shoebox can make a building. That's fine. So I can do that bit. That's not a problem. But crap! Have I overdone that? No, I'm all right. I'm fine. I can get over that bit with a bit of a pen. It's getting right up to that bloody edge, though. It's been quite a few years since I've played Floorhammer. Stopped doing it a while ago after it started causing more injuries than anything with people's backs and standing on dice and having to try and jump over it because we put the board the wrong way around, like you do. I should have said laid the tape out the wrong way around. but I spent many a year. No, wow, is it that early for you? I've got to remember these time differences. Even though it's like, what, 1:15 in the afternoon for me, it's still early for you over there, isn't it? Speaking of which, yeah, I'm quite early. Floorhammer is playing. You're supposed to play this game on a big 6 foot by 4 foot table. Not everybody has a big 6 foot by 4 foot table, but your floor is usually big enough. So you play on the floor. And that's Floorhammer. But obviously, once you get past a certain age, getting up and down off the floor it becomes a little bit of a chore. So yeah, Floorhammer is not a thing for me anymore. I can't do that anymore. I have to stay sat down there, which is not possible because you have to move around. I dragged my 2 pace tables to wherever I'm playing and we use them. Normally, they don't mind me dragging 2 pace tables with me. Saves our backs. But it was a bargain because it was plastic pace tables, 6 legs per table, and only 15 quid each. So for essentially a 6 foot by 4 foot table for 30 quid is an absolute bargain in my opinion. Yes, I am, Joey. I am. I've done my school run. I've had something to eat. I've had a cigarette. And while I've got the motivation to paint, I'm getting it done. I am definitely getting it done. Also, it distracts me from the fact that I want a cigarette. If I can keep going and get past that urge, I should be able to keep going for longer without having to stop. It's just getting past that urge to just go for a cigarette. Don't get me wrong, by the time I'm about 30 models through doing all this, well, why didn't you clear it off for your game? Or just use the terrain on the battle that you had with him? All right, the board might have been a bit cluttered, but hey, you had things to hide behind. You weren't going to get gunned off the table by his tanks on the first turn, which you would quite happily need with your Grey Knights. Oh yeah, that's fair. So Steve gets to take 1 model while you get to take what, 70? That sounds fair to me. In your little world, Joey, yes, they would. And if we was to go off the lore of the story that goes behind all these, yes, they would. Thank goodness they're not real. I don't think I could do with over 200 8-foot genetically modified soldiers running around in powered armor. Somehow I don't think they'll listen to me. Good job they're only plastic. All you lot are done now, aren't you? You just need to be re-gone over with the silver pen. Right, let's shift you out of the way so I'm not redoing you all again. Come, fuck off you. Yeah, you're going to go out of the way. And you, and you. Let's fill my mouse mat up with models so I know where I'm up to. Keep my cup of coffee. Well, priorities as a priorities. At least you got them right. Pub first, Floorhammer later. Oh, I've gone all international all of a sudden. Maybe it should change for me. I usually have a grand total of 2. I doubled my viewership. Hey, if that's not progress, I don't know what is. Oh, yeah, I seem to have lost my little Chinese sweatshop worker with a bamboo cane behind me, so I'm going a bit slower. I've got an eye on the Scouser, so nothing's going to go missing. Awesome. I need to come over and play you, Steve. I'm not allowed out of the house on my own properly, but I still need to come over and play you. Yes, good morning to you, because it is still morning over there. Moose, have you actually had any sleep yet? Or have you just been awake all night again? Also, I know Steve should have had sleep. Should have. Might not have, but he should have. Speaking of which, Steve, are you not at the shop today? Or the lockup, should I say? I see. No sleep. You need to get something to help you sleep, lady. Sleep deprivation is not good. I mean, look what you end up doing. You end up watching some idiot on YouTube painting blue. That's what sleep deprivation does to you. Don't laugh at me. I'm going to say painting blue. I mean, I am just painting blue at the minute. I've got to catch up. I am way behind on all this that I should have been doing. I should have already all been done by now. But I've just had no motivation to do it. Because it is a heck of a job. Well, if you're studying it, that means you sat up reading it instead of sleeping. Go speak to Joey. Joey will give you something to help you sleep. Either that, I'll listen to him for a while. Sorry, Joey. Bad joke. You are not wrong there, JV. Sleep is an absolute brilliant cure for insomnia. I prefer the Acme method myself. Candle, rope, anvil. Quite effective. Hey, you doing quite well on that one. Oh no, there we go. Big black line down the edge that I missed. Oh no, decent coverage. That was good. Shift you out of the way and don't break that model again. Oh, fancy gluing him back together. Which he is fixed now, by the way. I managed to fix him. He's holding his gun again. I know it was only like, what, hour and a half ago, but still. He's fixed now. That brush needs cleaning. And I need a drink. Let's hold on while I burn my mouth off. Ah, it's hot. I mean, I know it's supposed to be, but still, it's hot. Yeah, that's also another one. White noise, ASMR, even rain sounds in some instances. Just something to listen to and make you drift off. Have used rain in the past myself. Especially if you've got one of those Amazon devices that you can't say a certain name, otherwise it just goes off everything. That's why I have headphones on in case any silly buggers decide to shout the name. You'd be surprised how often it gets said without meaning to use that device. What was that beep? Somebody beeped. That's what that beep was. Never mind. It was nothing. Or nothing of great importance anyway. Right. So they're in rows of 7. Of course, that's 21, 22, 23. $23 done. 47, 67 left to do. Yay. That will do it as well. I'll do it as well. Stick a bit of Chadio on. Stick it on loop. Them cigar testings and things. Or, even worse, give my lot a play. Those will knock you out within 5 minutes. Oh crap, that one really needs doing in, doesn't it? Jeez, that looks pretty much black compared to that side. Oh, okay, that needs filling in, redoing again. Thin layers. Constantly applying thin layers. Sometimes I think I get my paint a little bit too thin when I'm doing this. Then I go back and look at a very early Terminator model that I keep up on my desk just to remind me, no, you're not. Thin your paints. Don't be a dick. You're not covering. Why are you not covering it? There we go. You just was wanting to be a pain. Right, okay. I'm using Citadel because I've got loads of it. When Conquest came out and they did issue 1, where you got 3 intercessors and a few paints with it, I bought about 10 issues. So I ended up with 30 extra intercessors and 10 pots of Macragge Blue. So I'm just using Macragge Blue for the shoulder pads. It makes sense. I've got loads of it. Don't have to go out and buy any more paint. In fact, I have so much of it, I could probably do Ultramarines if I actually wanted to. But then there wouldn't have been any point in base coating them because there was already blue plastic anyway in a lot of cases. Because they're not allowed to sell sprays or advertise the sprays with that magazine. That's why they came in coloured plastic. And for those of you in the Americas, there is a magazine coming out, or just come out very soon for you, which you didn't get last time when we got it over here, and it's the Warhammer Imperium magazine. If you was interested in, this is not sponsored by the way, this is just me looking out for bargains. If you're ever interested in starting this hobby, that's probably the best way to do it, because you actually get a reasonable discount on the models. You get a load of paints with it, you get a few brushes, and you get a guide on how to do the crap. It's a basic guide, but it's still a guide. I did the same with Conquest. I already had 2 of the starter boxes, which is essentially what you got with Conquest. Yeah, that volume is just doing my head. So I just doubled up. I just got the Conquest magazine to double up on all the. What was the 8th edition starter box called? Either way, to double up on what you got in the 8th edition starter box, which is how I've ended up with the majority of my Marines. Should be getting another lieutenant of that variety this on Friday for customizing, so I've got bits then to chop up and sort that captain on the bike out. At least give him an iron halo anyway. Fingers crossed. There's a possibility I may end up with 1 or 2 more conversion bits as well, because I've got 3 of the Gravis captains, but all 3 of them have the power sword, so I might swap one of them out to have the chain sword instead, because I've got 3 assault intercessors, sorry, enunciate English piece of. So I might chop one of theirs, chain swords off, and pop it onto a Gravis, just to give me the variation on the option. I've only got 3 of the cargo boxes. I've got a tub somewhere with all my crates and stuff in, but I've been playing around with foam blocks and cutting out foam bricks. So yeah, because I've been playing with that, I might be looking at doing something like that as well for some walls and floors. Problem is making 2 foot by 2 foot boards with what is essentially 5 mil by 10 mil little foam blocks. It's going to take a while, and it will not be easy, because the measurements are approximate, because I did it all by hand, and my hands ain't that steady. Thank goodness for tablets is all I can say. Clonazepam kicks ass. Yeah, for those, my little one is in the background with my partner playing Pokemon. If any of you wonder what you can hear in the background, he is absolutely obsessed with it and can name a lot for his age. I've tried making foam board ruins. They never seem to hold up to what I wanted them to. So I've got some MDF ones. I've just got to fill in the ground floor So what I need now is to either make my own modeling compound or buy some from Geek Gaming. And then I can fill in the bottom floor of one of them. I've added a couple of little things in, like a computer terminal on the top floor and a couple of pipes coming out the side. Bear run is only 20. Never mind, I'm not even going to bother. It's like asking Joey not to go to his local dispensary. It ain't going to happen. You might as well not waste your breath. Yeah, I might be digging a hole for them as well eventually if they carry on like this, because I've got the drive to paint at the moment, but it's getting worn away quickly with the monotony of the same colour, going back over the same places just to get an even coat. And even then, it's not guaranteed. I've got bits that I've missed on a lot of these. But I'm going to have to go back over with one of my really, really small brushes to do that, which means digging out my paint box, which is down there currently with my keyboard on top, and a plastic tray and paint tray and a load of other stuff that I really can't be bothered digging through right now just to get a extra fine brush. So this will suffice until I have to pull my silver out. Then I won't have a choice. I'll have to see. Who will these soldiers be fighting? My friend will be, once he has finished putting together his army of, let's see if I can get a picture of them up. Let's see if I can get a picture. Where are they? They'll be under there, won't they? Those type of armies. Those guys. And he's got... Let's go with that box set because that's got most of them in it. Find a picture with them all on. Okay, that should work. StreamYard. Share screen temporarily. That one. Okay, so yeah, he's collecting those. He's got about 2 full sets of them plus a few extras. So eventually that's who I'll be playing these against. My other friend happens to collect the same as Steve F there, which is, if I can get rid of that, bring you down, and are they under Space Marines? They're under Space Marines. Awesome. My other friend plays these. Oh, where's the box set gone? I know there's a box set for these, or there was a box set for these. Where the hell's where's the box set gone? Well, anyway, yeah. These things. Which look very similar to mine, but tiny bit smaller, but they do still play similar. Don't tempt me on that, Steve. Don't tempt me on that. There you go. Nice way of putting it, Steve. Thank you. It's me wandering through Games Workshop's entire catalogue because I really don't like advertising Games Workshop if I don't have to, because I don't like their business practices. They up their prices for no reason and way beyond anything that inflation dictates it should do. I mean, they've just put another price hike on, which is, as far as I'm concerned, although the last one did it, is priced me out of the game. Brand new models is something I will not be able to afford anymore. I've not been able to afford them since, 3 price hikes ago? But even more so now. In fact, I don't think I've paid full price for a mini in the last 7-8 years. I've not paid full price for a mini. Is it? Well, tell a lie. Yeah, this is my second one, Cap. This is my second one. I had to stop briefly to go get food and child and cigarette. And then I came back because this is one of them things. If you're in the mood for doing it, you get it done. Because if you're not in the mood for doing it, you just won't. And that might last a while. So, yeah, you make hay while the sun shines type of thing. So, yes, to answer your question, Muscal, I will be facing Terminator style army, a set of psychically powered demon hunter armies, and potentially China in space army as well. The greater good, communism, shoot the hell out of you with nasty, nasty, nasty guns. Those are the main 3 I face. If I ever get to face Stee or Ezra, Steel might let me play against the Orcs, which is one force I've never played against, despite owning some. Getting somebody to actually use them against me is difficult. You want to use their own armies. Or I'll play against the Imperial Guard, which is it could take a while, that, Cap. Live streaming a game, depending on the size of the game, could take a very long time, especially if it's an objective controlled game and we're playing quite a large one. For instance, if DF was to challenge me and say, bring everything I've got, then we'll be looking at a weekend just to get through one game. Turn 1 would pretty much take a day in itself for both of us to get through. And then the turns would become increasingly quicker as we start wiping out each other's forces off the table. Because he would either plow straight into me and wipe out my units in close combat, or I'll be able to take him out at range and he won't get that close. Which is pretty much what it'll boil down to. Although if we were to play just a 2,000 point battle and go, right, it's just a kill mission, wipe each other off the table, no objective scoring, person with the most points left on the table at the end of turn 5 wins, we could maybe get it done in a couple of hours if we're prepared enough. Scenery set up well enough, and we both know what we want to do and what we're going to do on our next turn, then yeah, we could probably get it done in a couple of hours. But that'll be difficult. This edition I've not played much of because of obviously the impending plague that's been overrunning the planet for the last 2 years. I've not had a chance to actually play properly, which is why my friend's only just getting around to putting his army together, because now we've got a chance to set up and play, which means I've got to put my finger out and get my army looking good enough so that I'm happy with it. And, well, because he's not going to have painted any of his, it's going to look a damn sight lot better than his on the tabletop. Ha 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 ha. That is called getting a greasy, cheesy way of getting a few victory points at the start of the battle, because your opponent hasn't brought a painted army. Which I will need every bit of, because his have some very, very greasy rules compared to my guys. A time release might work. Is that volume gone up again? Because I'm hearing me from that phone and I don't like it. Time release might work, but that would require a setup at Steve's place to do it, or at my friend's place, and none of them really have the facilities. I don't particularly have the facilities, really. As you can hear, I'm sat in my living room. This is my computer desk I'm sat at. I've just had to move everything out of the way so I can fit a large portion of my models on the desk, which has rendered my computer pretty much inaccessible for the past week. That plus other painting projects that I've had, which I'm still not happy with, because I can't do flesh tones. I either end up making that poor person look like they're from an episode of The Simpsons, or look like they are from African descent, which they are not. So therefore it's an inaccurate representation. But I am tempted to try artist pens, or see if my daughters will be willing to lend me their brush pens to give it another go. They might say yes, they might say no. I can only ask. Oh God, this brush pens might just be easier to do the entire bleeding model. How many is that now? So 4 rows of 5, so that's 10, 20, 30, 40. No, 5, 10, 15, 20. I can't count. 25, 30. You could be 35. And it's only took me just over an hour. Yay. $35 models. The second coat of shoulder pads. See, again, just for anyone who might consider looking up this away from me, there are a lot of people who will give painting tutorials, and they are very good painters, don't get me wrong, but their videos are all edited, and you don't actually get to see how long it takes to actually do these things, because of the drying times and layers that you have to apply on each and every one of them. What they put into a 10-15 minute video and go, look at what I've painted, and show you this section over here, about 30 models. Yeah, it's probably took them a weekend, or at least a full day of constant, right, start with that, do that, let that dry, next color, let that dry, next color, let that dry. Right, now I've done that model, let's go back to the highlighting stage, and then clean up stage, and wash stage, and then basing stage, and then they make it look so easy. Silly me decides I'm going to do it on live stream so people get to actually see how long this hobby actually takes to paint the damn things. Yes, mate. Mummy's Munchlax evolved into a Snorlax. Wow, that's awesome. Yep. Sorry about that. Sounds lost you. People have switched off because they turn around and tell us about Snorlax. My daddy had 4 viewers a minute ago, and he turned around and there was only 2 left. Okay, blue paint on my thumb. Right. No, I'm not painting a hobbit. No, it's a painting hobby. Although Games Workshop do sell the models for the Hobbit. This is a hobby, Hobby. Within the circles of those who play this, it gets called the hobby. Because, well, it's plastic crack, essentially. Once you start, you never stop. You might take a break for a year. You might take a break for 10 years, but you'll come back. That's kind of what they rely on, really. Is returning customers, but they treat the returning customers and their main customer base like crap. So they've been losing a lot of them. And for a model company or a tabletop gaming company, when your miniatures and your tabletop game are not your main source of revenue anymore, you've done something wrong. As is the case with Games Workshop. Most of their revenue comes from third-party licensing and people wanting to do things with their IP rather than sales of their models. So what do? They cut down the amount of models you get in a box, they charge you more for it, and then wonder why people aren't buying it. Go figure. Let's move. Yeah, we can start putting you over here then. Start making different ranks. Move the mouse. Move the wet palette. Grab the next dude. This brush is going to need cleaning. Yeah, I do not clean my brush half as much as you should, which is probably going to be to my detriment in the end as I slowly lose my brush. But, oh well. I'll clean it after doing this guy. Doesn't help having the camera on the left side of me and the microphone on the left hand side, because I seem to keep catching them both, which is not good. Not good at all. I should really clean that water as well. Let's see how much red. You got one of them as well. Is yours called Brian? Although it's usually me kicking the cars. I have a habit of kicking cars and shouting at the people who park on the pavement, especially when they park at the entrance to the disabled parking spaces. I really don't like them ones. Or because it's closer to McDonald's. And they can pick up their Uber deliveries. I really hate those ones. I won't mind, but there's a car park right bloody behind it. They just can't be asked crossing the road. Which again, if you're getting criticised by me for being lazy, there's something wrong. Regarding terrain, what did you have in mind, Steve? Yeah, no, he's not that bad as. Ours gets quite amusing actually. He goes busking, but he can't play guitar, so he just kind of gives the guitar a big old ding, and then starts shouting something, and then gets partway through to where he thinks the chorus should be, then goes ding again in the middle of the town centre. It's quite amusing. I need what I need and what I'm allowed to have are two different things. I need Stalingrad. I need Katachan. I need the Necron Tomb World. I need Titan. What I can have is 2 ruins, a few walls, and a few barricades because that's all I've got room for. That's all I've got. Also, wouldn't mind Necron Craft World either, but that is a project all into itself. For now, I'm testing out what I can do with XPS foam. So I know I can make bricks, and I know I can build cobblestone floors. My next one is to see if filler will work. Caulking, and see if I can get that to go over the outside to texture it. Either that or make myself a I want to try and make myself a hand foam cutter so I can cut bricks a little more accurately. That way I can start making towers and do more Victorian style stuff for D&D as opposed to Warhammer this time. When it comes to Warhammer, my MDF terrain and where we usually play, he has the Fortress of Redemption, he has the Bastion, he has the giant eagle cannon thing, and he's got a crap load of the Sector Mechanicus stuff, the stuff for Necromunda. So he's got about 5 of the big silos for that, as well as walkways. And so when it comes to terrain, we're not actually doing too bad between the small group that I play in. Granted, most of it comes from 2 of us, but still we can fill a 6x4 table. Well, I've made bricks. See you later, Bisco. Have fun at work, if that's at all possible. If not, make your own fun. When it comes to bricks, I've made a crap load. Well, I made a crap load. I've used the majority of them now. Don't know who you are, Goalie. So this has got my bricks in it at the moment, which are all cut out and ready to use. And it's actually going to fit there. Yeah, I've used most of them up now, but I should still have enough to make at least a corridor. I've got air drying clay in the cupboard. I have yet to go into that adventure. Instead of sandbags, we're using essentially barrels, crates, all the stuff that I got with Conquest magazine and stuff that my mate's got with his terrain collections. Oh crap, I forgot where I'm up to. Well, definitely not on you because you've got a silver bit. So we're not too bad for scatter. We have large central pieces. I mean, that Fortress of Redemption is huge. It can take up. It can be a third of a table on its own if you position it right. If not, it's at least taking up a sixth of the table on its own. Then if you oppose it with the Giant Eagle one that I don't think they sell anymore, part of the Wall of Martyrs range, if you pair it up with that on there as well, I mean, you've got two pretty chunky pieces of scenery already, backed up with a couple of MDF ruins. Yeah, we can fill a table, a 6x4, easily enough. It's just getting it to the stage where it's looking right. I'm not always steady enough to be able to do this type of thing, which is why I'm taking advantage of it today. Although I can already feel my shoulders starting to go. So then, yeah, if I get a chance, I might have a go at getting some fine casting plaster or some filler and try going over the polystyrene that's on the bottom floor of the ruins at the minute. Because TT Combat do some nice ruins in laser cut MDF. It's just getting the damn stuff wet that you've got to try and avoid. So I've not Mod Podged it yet, and I don't intend to until I've finished that bottom floor. So I have one filled in and one open. But then I've got to sort out the rebar that's in there, because square rebar does not look right. So I'm going to have to round that off, or just chop it off completely and drill some wire pieces in. But first of all, I need to make sure I've got over 2,000 points of these painted up. Which, now that my phone stopped ringing, I can actually go and have a look at my 2,000 point army and see how many of these actually need to be ready. 2,000 points, 100 power level. You're not allergic to flowers, mate. Mummy's allergic to. Just because you sneeze does not mean you're allergic to flowers. Daddy sneezes a lot. I need heavy intercessors. Yes. 1, 2, 3. I've well done, more than enough of them. That's awesome. I actually have various degrees of wiring already. I mean, I've got a coil of quite thick stuff. I think everybody just disappeared now. I've got a coil of quite thick stuff, as well as a few essentially paper clips, size, thickness of wire, and then some really, really thin, like copper wire from old light strips and stuff, Christmas light wire. So I've got a few different sizes. Just getting around to doing it, in fairness. Although, looking at my 2,000 point list, I'm going to call it quits at my intercessors for there, because I only need 20 of them to be able to be fielded. And I've done more than 20 already. I need my 5 heavy intercessors, which are done. I need, where is he? There he is. The one who's going to act as the captain with mastercrafted heavy bolt rifle. He's got is him. Slight conversion model. To go with them, I need one of my chaplains. I don't have a chaplain out. Crap. Where are my chaplains? Where are my chaplains? I forgot about my chaplain. I should have actually been doing him all along. I lost my knuckle. Unmute that one. I think that's the one I have unmuted. I'm not sure. Either way, should we add RFD hobbies? Where have I been there before? Have I tried there? I'm not sure if I've tried that one. Chaplain. Are you there? Yeah, I prefer you. You can be done. I forgot one with both things done. Which one are you? No, you're the dude with the other one. Haha. You're the one I wanted. Right. Thank you for reminding me, because I was about to paint up the wrong HQs and far too many things to actually play the battle. Don't name you as a chaplain. Well, Ezra won't be being used in this one. I will not be taking side because I don't need to. So, what? I've got a lieutenant with Volkite. You okay with that one? Nice. Okay. What's going on here then? That's... Why is that not showing what's going on anymore? Hello? Yeah, that's... Hello? Yeah, that's fine. There we go. That's better. So yeah, I have a Volkite lieutenant who's almost ready to go. I don't have any tech marines. I have no tech marines. I have very little use for them. I have 3 dreadnoughts and 1 heavy. Yeah, for some reason I must have pressed the button on the side, so it turned itself off. So you don't want to be a chaplain, despite them looking cool AF. So how about a lieutenant? He's nowhere near done yet, though. He got put back on that side because he's got red to do on him and more blue to do on him and ivory to do on him. And yeah, he's just got far too much. Although he will be being used because his shoulder pads are done and his shield is done. However, I do need to sort out his red spots. But before I do that, I've got to do his blue shoulder pad. Means extra careful. Extra careful. See, this is one of the one times when I could do with it being more like a wash than a paint. If I just paint it all, then I can go over the rest with the marker and pick out the details that way. And cheat. Ha 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 ha. No. You want to be you could be as much of a phallic symbol as you wish, Cap. But you will not find one in my army. But yeah, I'll have a lieutenant's D. In fact, what's the upgrade for a lieutenant? Can you remember off the top of your head, or am I going to have to go look through the book? I'll go look through the book. The upgrade for a lieutenant is, if I can find the right bloody page. No. Oh, there isn't one. I can't upgrade a lieutenant. No, I mean, you can upgrade a captain to a chapter master, a chaplain to a master of sanctity, tech marine is master of the forge, librarian and apothecary, they get chief version, chapter ancient become from an ancient, and a company champion becomes a chapter champion. But there is no paid upgrade for a lieutenant, because I can take a lieutenant and a captain together. And I'm sorry, I'm the captain. Well, I'm the chapter master, but still. What war gear? You'll be taking the Neo Volkite pistol, Mastercrafted power sword, and storm shield. You can, however, instead have a Mastercrafted auto bolt rifle, 24-inch, assault 3, strength 4, 2 damage, no AP. Mastercrafted Stalker bolt rifle, which would be that one. 36-inch heavy one, strength 4, minus 2 AP, 3 damage. Or you can go for that variant, which is the one that actually has a bloody invulnerable save and a 2+ armor save, but he's close quarters and melee. As I said, I got the upgrade cap. I'm a chapter master now. I'm not captain anymore. I got the upgrade. Although I have got a few captains to name, so one of them may get a baptism put on him, on his base. Do you prefer hitting things very, very hard? Yeah, that rifle's pretty damn good. All right, it's a nice little range rifle. In fact, are you gonna come any further over? No. Right, okay. Yeah, it's. See if I can maneuver it so it actually zooms. Won't work, damn it. Nope, not going to work. But yeah, minus 2 AP, 3 damage from a single shot on a Primaris Lieutenant, which isn't too bad because if we're sticking with the heavy intercessors, they'll all be in 36-inch range, so they can stick by and stop him getting his face blown off from a distance. If they want to come get him, they got to come get him. But that's how I have my captain set up. I have one of the range captains, one mid-range captain. Hit him hard, hit him hard, hit him. I was actually thinking of captain. Does he want to hit them hard, or does he want to stay back and shoot? Because I have what caps. I'm gonna give it a break for a minute because my eyes are going funny. Let's see. Move that out of the way for a second. So let's see. You don't want to be a chaplain, so he gets to move out of the way for a second. Lieutenants. Yes, lieutenants. 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 Those are all lieutenants. All of them. Captains, on the other hand. Where have I put my captains? Well, I've got him. That was the conversion, which is my range one. As a support. Excellent. I've got a chaplain. Chaplain Baptin. That'll do. Yay. I've got a chaplain Baptin. That'll do. He's very much a supporting role. And in his case, he will be supporting the lieutenant and the blade guard. And quite a... see, I'm having problems with my D&D cleric. And that's because I'm not playing them. And I built them well. I built them well to start with. I must admit, my partners took over the rest of it plays and made the rest of the choices. But I give it a strong framework, and oh boy, is it a pain to get past the 21 AC at level 6. I, however, would prefer to play my Kenku wizard, which is a completely different matter altogether. Especially now they've changed it so Kenkus can talk normally. I don't like that. That's a horrible thing to do. I liked the mimicry. And 7 Grandmaster Dread Knights. Yeah, you bring your 7 Grandmaster Dread Knights. Greasy cheater. You're only allowed 1 Grandmaster per detachment. Although I suppose if you've got the amount of points you have, you can have more than... You could probably fit 7 detachments in. You don't really need the rule books to get them anymore. You can get most of them online for free as well, which is great. My captains. Where are my captains gone? Yeah, what's on my desk isn't everything that I own. You got Hellblasters and Reavers in here. There we go. There's HQs. That's what I wanted. What else is in here? Any more HQ units? No, bikes are in that section. Inceptors are in that section, and that's where the tank goes. Right, okay. I'm good now. I know where I'm up to. I can move that back out of the way. Right, okay, so we got what? Captain, lieutenant with gun, lieutenant with gun, lieutenant with gun. So I got 3 of them. 2, 3, 4, 5 of the lieutenants with swords, but no shield, and 2 with swords and shields. That's fine. So yeah, let's start on captains. Mastercrafted thingy-mahoogy-mabob gun. Shield. Where's the other one with shield? There he is. 2 with shields, which I can't see properly because of the positioning, and that positioning. Got to get down there, yes, sir. So yeah, them 2 are the captains. Got that one. Oh, sorry, them 3 are captains. That one. 3 of them, which are the Gravis armored ones. Then a standard librarian. You go over there. Where's the other librarian? There he is. Over there. That's another chaplain, which I don't need yet. That's the other type of chaplain, which I don't need yet. That's all the ancients. Aha, there he is. Yeah, that's the main chapter master. Eventually, I hope. But I've decided to stop working on him until I get the rest of these. Until I get better at doing the rest of these. What? 3 ancients, 2 blade guard ancients. Which I've got to admit, those are nice models. Oh yeah, I never disputed I was just as bad as you without my models. But yeah, that's what 7 captains, not including my original firstborn Grey Knight conversion. If it'll focus. Yeah. He's supposed to have a hammer and jump back, which he was gifted from the Grey Knights. But his hammers broke off, as so was 2 of these bloody things. But he was my original chapter master before they brought Primaris out. Now it's changed to him because I've got to repair that guy. So I still have him as a captain. I've also got all my firstborn stuff in tubs. Put that up there. My firstborn stuff in tubs, which were in the cupboard over there, which is just not fun. And now that I've ended up pulling even more models out, my desk is even more full. So you got, yeah, all those intercessors, all those majority HQ. That's troops, elites, few heavies. I mean, it's getting ridiculous now. I think I got caught in there. Can I actually maneuver this back there? So yeah, you got Centurion Devastators stuck back here, as well as a couple of Dreadnoughts. Then you're just gonna make me do that, aren't you? Yeah, you are. Come with me. Then aggressors, eliminators, blade guard veterans, assault intercessors. I mean, it's getting out of hand. Just a little bit. And as I said, that's only half the force. That is only half the force. Well, this isn't my workbench. This is my computer desk. Oh, you've done it again, you complete and utter numpty. I'm now entering the studio. Yes, I know I'm now entering the studio. That's because I wanted you to enter the studio because you've disconnected me. Yeah. Enter studio. Let's pop you back down there so you can. Actually, that's a much easier way of seeing it, isn't it? Yeah, this is my computer desk. This isn't even my painting desk. What? Okay, no idea what's just happened there, but yeah. My phone's just gone on me, which isn't good. My phone has just done one on me. So yeah, I've still got a hell of a lot to do to get it all up and running, but I believe that's it for my 2,000 point force. I think I've actually done it. I think I've actually got my 2,000 point force to the point where I can do transfers. If I can find my phone again, because now I've managed to lose my phone. How the hell have I managed to lose my phone from 5 feet away from me? There it is. Exactly. I don't magnetize mine. I've got a couple of things on my key so I can magnetize the arms onto my dreadnought, but because it's the easy build, I don't get the weapon options. I do, however, intend to magnetize the top of my tank as well, so it stays on when I put it in there and doesn't bugger off. Go away, go away, go away, go away. Right, so I need to have, right. He needs to be somewhat battle ready, which he is. Cool. Where's he gone? He's the only one that's even remotely painted up. There he is. There's Babton. And there's Mars. Okay, so that's my 3 HQs. I've got those 5 plus them there. That covers my troops. I'm only taking 1 aggressor squad. I thought I was taking more than 1. No, 1 aggressor squad, 3 Blade Guard veteran squads. Yep. I've got to do Inceptors, yeah. And 2 Eradicators, which are there, ready to go. Yeah, I've got to put my 3 units for Inceptors in. I forgot all about them, and I don't like painting them because of the stupid flight stance. But they're going to have to be next because they're the ones that actually need to be done. Out of all of them, they're the ones that don't actually have the blue shoulder pads done. And they're the ones I wish to use. I don't intend to change them over for Outriders. Oh, right. So, those things, I do not know how to do those things.
You just won't do anything.
Will they not do anything?
Yeah, you.
Is it locked for now? Have you got to unlock all the others first?
Yeah.
Yeah, jumpy dudes. Them ones. I hate the damn things with a vengeance. The amount of times I've had to repaint or re-glue the damn thing back onto those flight stands. It's getting to the point where it's not even funny anymore. First time, like, oh, now it's just no. No, if it happens again, I'm just gonna glue them to the bases. They don't fly anymore. You can take a running jump, pun intended. I don't know why I'm looking at that camera. That camera's just not even working at the minute. So yeah, now realizing that I've still got 9 shoulder pads left to do to get the 2,000 point force ready. See, nice reasonable balance. Got some fast, got some heavy, reasonable amount of troops, and a good 12-man, 14-man chunk. I've been tempted, but then knowing my luck, when I drop them, the model will actually split where I've pinned it. So if I just glue them to the base, then I don't have to worry about any type of flight stance. Because, well, they're glued to the base. And if my opponent whinges, but they're supposed to be flying models. You're supposed to be jump up models. They don't always jump up in the air. They just can if they want. Short, controlled bursts is what they're supposed to do. That's why they've got the shock absorbers on the legs. And to be quite honest, their armor is far too thick and chunky to be jumping around like idiots. Ah, stupid spray. Stupid spray. I'm going to have to contrast a lot of these from the underneath. But let's get the shoulder pads on, dry, and back in the box. Because I don't like these things being out. I really don't like these things being out. And you see, with you mentioning Winters, I think I actually share a Discord with Winters. It's either Winters or midwinter. Because you've got Winters SEO as well, haven't you? So there's a couple that use that name, which always confuse the crap out of me. So I'm going to guess you're about MWM. You is back, Ezra. Well, I've only got one camera now. So, yeah. Good boy. So, going through my 2,000 point list, I've realised I've got most of it set ready, except for my fast attack. Right, you see. Midwinter I share a Discord with. I don't. Winter's SEO, I think I share a Discord with thanks to you. But again, I'm way behind on my video watching. So I might have to do a bit of a binge on videos one night and go through them all. Catch up on like a month and a half that I've missed. That's a 3 with the blue bolters, just in case I need to proxy plasmas. And now 3 with the standard red bolters to work as the normal assault bolters, which are not bad. Strength 5 minus 1 AP, assault 3. Bloody brilliant. I think it's strength 5. I'll have a look in a minute. It's the assault D3 blast on the plasmas I'm not too keen on. Not looking forward to it when I face Marines anyway. Because he's going to field them in 5s and 3s. I know he is. So I'm not going to get the straight 3 shots off everything. Not too bothered about facing the Necrons with them, because it'll be maximum shots most of the time. Facing Marines, not too happy with the plasma guns on these jumpy dudes. Plus 3 of them have no faces because my friend put them together and he forgot to put the bleeding heads in. I should have really made them the red ones. Never mind. Not the red ones, the blue ones. So yeah, I'll have to have a look at Winter's SEO, see what I've missed out on. I've not looked at his stuff for a while. Valrak I generally only watch just for his info videos and his find out what's coming out that I'm not going to buy. I would watch Kirioth more But he does me head in. I'm sorry, he needs to have an haircut and sorted map out. No offense to Kiri, but yeah, he does. Oh, God. I've just seen it flash up. No. I'm going to have to close Discord soon. Otherwise, the bombardment of pictures is going to do my head in. As soon as I've got the patience to sit here and paint these, that's quite a feat, I must admit. So once I finish these, two more, I've actually got my 2,000 point ready to be fielded. I've not got the full army ready, but I've got the 2,000 points ready. And it should be 2,000 points spot on, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 2,000 points bang on and 100 power level, which is good because we have to build to a 101 power level. Which actually makes it quite difficult. I don't know if you ever tried doing it, building to both power level and 2 points. But your power level cannot exceed 101. Your points cost cannot exceed 2,000. Those are how you make your army for my little gaming group. It's actually a lot harder than it sounds. Especially for some players. I should imagine Guard would struggle. Because I know Tau do. Tau struggled to get 2,000 points in under 101 power. Just because it can take so much. I think even my Necron friend, my friend who plays Necrons as well, he's going to struggle to get that in at that level. Essentially, yeah. I'm the lucky one because I have such a collection of individual little things. I can go, right, okay, yeah, one of them, four of them, one of them, one of them, one of them. I can fit, what? I've got 21 power to use up. If I've got anything that's 7. Yeah, see, it is. Variety and choice is the best thing you can have when you're building an army. Especially if your opponent knows your army. Because they can know what you've got all day long, but they just don't know what you're going to use. I might scare the hell out of them all one day and just take an entire firstborn army. When they're all thinking I'm going to be taking Primaris, and they'll build for that. Kid it out all firstborn instead. Right. So that's actually my 2,000 point build. Ooh, actually, that's progress. That's progress. That is definitely progress. Let's have a look. So a lot of that's not taken, but those 3 are all 9 of them. 4 rows of them. Those 3. Ezra, you're sitting this one out, I'm afraid, mate. I don't need any psychos. But I now have a lieutenant, which I am going to name. Which one? Where have you gone? There you are. So Yeah. And I need my marker. Where the hell have I put it? There it is. So we have the Chief Librarian, Ezra. We have Steve. Who is the lieutenant? And of course, Chapter Master Lazarus. So I'm taking, yeah, that'll do it. Did you just post something that I missed? By the sounds of it, you did post something that I have just missed. I'm useless at painting tanks, and just because I'm not buying from GW anymore doesn't necessarily mean I'm finished getting models. There is always Dungeons and Dragons. We just still have 4 models to finish up, and actually they need a wash. Although they look quite clean, they still need a wash. Perhaps I might try that now while I'm just before I clock off. Let's see what where's it gone? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? You should be know your contrast. Where's my wash gone? It's under here. It's under here. Like everything else is all stuck under here. Grex. Mia's going in the army. Mia is going in the army. Apparently, they've had their application approved. Anything that was going wrong to allow them in the first place has been changed, and they are now allowed in. How that happened so quickly, I don't know. What made them change their mind, I don't know. But they did. And they're going in now. I'm not touching that question. Ezra, do you want to go ahead and take that one on? I'll let you answer that, Ezra. I'm busy using Aquax Earthshade. Let's see what happens if I stick a bit of Agrax on a D&D one. Can't pull in the muscles, you sod. See, that's already looking better. Why can't they just give the models a bloody wash before they sell them? They sell them primed. I'm just, yeah. With the amount of things I've said today, I'm keeping stum. I'm already wanted by the Germans, the Chinese, and probably countless other countries for the stereotypes that I've been going on about today. And I've already touched on that subject. None of my business, don't give a fuck. Sorry, child in the room. These have been needing this since I've bought them, so let's get it done. Just whether or not it's going to dry right over this paint. It should do. Yeah, that's better. That's a lot better. I think they just have blocks now. They've stopped trying to keep up. They just go, right, that's where your bed is, go there. But that's where your bed is, go there. The model itself isn't that great in this instance. But it works for a dwarf. And this dwarf has a beard. Just as Tolkien intended. This is no Amazon dwarf. This is a Tolkien dwarf. Are you trying to get me banned, Steve? Well, don't try too hard, because otherwise I won't be able to do it. Plus, mine's the wrong colour to be an Amazon dwarf anyway. Why is that? Because not only has my dwarf female got a beard, she's also white. Amazon don't like that. It's called purple tiefling. Which had a lot more detail on the armor than I realised. Now that I'm getting a bit of a agrax on it. See, so once I run out of 40k, there's no panic. I will have things to paint. Ooh, it's a new Exolated. Really? I'm not going to go watch it. As I said, most of the time Valorant goes live, there's just a bunch of muppets in the chat room. And he ends up responding to them rather than actually giving us the bits of information that we really want out of him for video. I want to say he's probably got one of the most annoying communities that I've seen on YouTube. Or should I say the 40k communities that I've seen on YouTube. And I watch Discourse. Which surprises me because whenever I watch any of the videos that she puts out, there's part of me that goes, I shouldn't like this for some reason. This has got everything in it that would really wind me up. But for some reason, I still end up watching it. Don't know why. It's an odd one. That's Agrext on that one. And finally, the elf. Or in this case, an actual dark elf. If I can get them to... Yeah, these washes really don't like this varnish paint. Come on, out of there. Get out of there. Get in that bit. Yes. Yeah, yeah. Fine. Lie down and dry. Pretty much. Pretty much. However, this one's going to be over shortly. Because... Oh, wow. Jesus. Over 2 hours. Much longer than I was expecting. But I have my 2,000 point arm. Right, let's try that now. That my controller's decided it wants to reconnect itself and stop playing silly beggars with the wire. Right, I've just got to wait for them things to dry now so I don't snap off the bloody stands. And they're taking up too much of my desk in awkward areas. Wonderful. Well, I'm going to have to wait now. Although, yeah, I've got my 2,000 plate army painted, ready to play. I think. Yeah, because I've just done them. They're already. 3 HQs. Although, as I said, Ezra, I'm sorry, mate, you're not getting fielded today. Not today, on this occasion. Because I don't require a librarian. But Steve will be being fielded, and Chaplain Bapton will be being fielded. What are you doing behind my chair then? See, that's a problem, Joey. I just make mine wet by being near them. It's something I've had to deal with most of my life, but I'm getting used to it. I'm just getting them to dry out afterwards that I have to worry about. Well, 2 hours isn't too bad. Now they're all wet and dripping. I mean, it's that bad. Sometimes you have to just get something to catch it all in, you know. But you always seem to turn up right at the end. I've been on for over 2 hours. And you've turned up at the end again. Is there anything else that I need to do to finish off that 2000? I've got a cat. No, I think that's it now for my 2,000 points. I've also been sat here for 2 hours without a smoke. Which, Joey, don't say anything because I've not got any. I'll just be winding me up and making it even worse. Why have I got a feeling I've missed something? I've really got a feeling I've forgotten to do something. I can't for the life of me figure out what. They're all done. They're all done. They've held the second coat. I'm not doing dry brushing right now because that'll take forever. I've named the characters that need. The model I have with the most weapons would be. I'm just going to get the codex because it's quicker than going and getting the model. Yeah, wait till Daddy moves his chair and then you can go get pushed. Most guns that I have would be the. Would be the losing connection on the microphone again. So I'm just going to take that off because it's not working anymore. The most weapons that I have would be the repulsor, which is ridiculous amounts of guns on a tank. Heavy onslaught Gatling cannon, onslaught Gatling cannon, Icarus Iron Hail heavy stubber, twin heavy bolter, although I think I've got the last tower in mind, and the 2 storm bolters.
Mommy, our best.
I think we've still got the Fragstone grenade launcher as well, but yeah, it'll be the.
Because you tickled.
He is awesome like that. He doesn't. Yeah, he is very, very, very chatty. No, it's the twin heavy bolter I've got rid of for the twin las cannon. I've still got the heavy onslaught Gatling cannon on it. And an onslaught Gatling cannon instead of the Iron Hail heavy stubber. 2 storm bolters, so that's 4 storm bolters. 2 Fragstorm grenade launchers instead of the auto launchers. Yeah, I know. So I'm not calling a repulsor tank pew pew.
Something.
I'm not calling my tank pew pew. Him, on the other hand, I might call pew pew because he's got the similar. Or my stomper. My stomper can be called pew pew because he's got an absolute catload of guns on him as well. And unlike yours, I can just stand up and get mine. I don't have to travel halfway across the country. See you later, Moose Girl. Because they're going to work.
Wow.
I can just go get mine and go, haha, pew pew. Although I'm still a bit wobbly and needs firming up a lot. That needs reinforcing. But yeah, he can be called pew pew. No problem with that. In fact, that can be what the Gretchens are called that are scattered all over him. They're only even called pew pew because you don't ever find 2 of them. Don't fall over.
Don't fall over. Tickles.
Teleport you big dread knights. That just brings them closer to me.
Tickles.
And if you're gonna bring them in within 12 inches, I do have the aspect scan stratagem to just shoot you as you come in.
Tickles.
I like that stratagem, especially when people don't know about it. No, yeah, I'm
Mummy,
calling them
where is Tickles' dad?
for my painting of all this lot. Very, very slow if I can. I can't even get them all in a shot. Yeah, I'm going to call my painting of all them done for today. I put a good 4 hours in. I'm starting to feel tingly, which is never a good sign for me. It means my arms and my legs are going to go eventually, and I'm not going to be able to use them. Fun. But I managed to get a good deal done. A good deal done today. Now let's make room so I can move again. Nope, that's the ones with actual Pringles in. And
Go on, Tim. Go, go, go. Be a scoot. Goodbye. Let's go, 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 go. Jumps, go, go, go.
he got about 400 quid for the manta. I didn't see the end of it. I didn't see what happened to it at the end. I think he put it outside briefly
You can beat me.
to show something going on with it, but I don't remember what he did with it after that.
Oh, you.
So I don't know what happened to the manta, to be quite honest. Could still be sat there for all I know.
This thing could walk it only.
Be a shame if it is though. But I am going to thank you again, gentlemen, and lady if you're still here,
We had the best
for coming to chat with me while I'm
on this
painting and
Mom,
getting my
I
forces
said the
ready.
wrong thing.
But now I'm going to have to rest and give it a break for today. Yeah, definitely. No, I can believe you're going to smash it. I would love to have seen you smash that. I would be the top video. Just somebody chucking a manta out of a window and watching it. Oh, fun. But yeah, I suppose it makes sense after all the time and effort and what you put into it. Selling it does make sense. But yeah, I'm going to go before anything starts properly. Thank you for your viewing. Thank you for coming to join me. Anyone who joins me after the fact, thank you for watching as well. Leave a like, subscribe if you are stupid enough. Don't if you're not. And I'll see you later. Thank you very much. I'm useless at this end of the broadcasting thing, so I'm just going to carry on talking until it stops. You all lucky. It's great.